We're at the Paradox Interactive Convention here in a beautiful castle outside of Stockholm, and we caught up with Chris, who has given us a brief demonstration of Crusader Kings 2, and he's been plotting to kill his wife. I don't know, how many times was it?
I tried to assassinate my wife 5 times in total, and I got found out once. She didn't like me for that.
But she did. It did have a positive outcome, though, because she did start bringing you kids.
Yeah, I really felt I needed a son to continue the family business, and she was 35. I thought she was a bit past it, but then she surprised us all by producing twins, but he turned out to be a dwarf, so I was a bit disappointed in that, and I really wanted an ordinary, healthy son, so I thought she had to go. And then, I failed, but then she gave me another son, so it was pretty good, actually. Assassination, it seemed to be the perfect encouragement for my otherwise very fine wife,
Yes, give her a little bit of an incentive to,
Yeah, deliver for the team, this is it's for the family, so, it's important, Got to continue the family, everything else is secondary.
I think that's one of the things that strikes me with Crusader Kings compared to other Paradox titles, is that it's so much of a story between characters, and there's so much there that really just sort of, it's just a lot of plotting and a lot of things that goes on, and it seems like a much more personable game than anything else you're making.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you do have the classic grand strategy sort of empire building, paint the map my colour, features there. But this is a story all about your family, your character, the character you play, and the other members of the family and the other families in Europe. And your job, do you sink, do you swim, and everyone's pursuing their ambitions. So your second son, just maybe he just really wants to inherit the family business, and he'll decide to dethrone you, and all these kind of things did happen and could happen in Crusader Kings 2, because we tried to make it, it's partly, just to make it interesting and different. If everyone was predictable and you knew precisely what was going to happen, the game would get boring. But in this game, you can start with the same character, same starting point, and within 10 to 15 game years, it's been totally different just because of events,
Yeah. And what I find interesting also is because normal in a game you pick, you want to be good or you want to be bad, but here you give the player the perfect motivation to, because you might be stuck playing a bad character, like with poor traits and stuff like that, so you really have to, you can't just leave things be, because then you can't just be nice and humble all the time, and sometimes you have to take action and really force things, just because otherwise you will struggle in the game later on.
Yeah, we're also trying to kind of capture the era itself. I mean, this was a very dog-eat-dog, sink-or-swim kind of era. Some families prospered, some families just died out and are no more. And it's partly, you've got to have to do what it takes to keep your family afloat and expanding. And sometimes there are no good choices. It's just, how to make the best of the bad hand you've been dealt at the moment. And hopefully things will look up in the future.
And keeping your options open.
Always got to keep your options open. The Pope very kindly asked me to attack my liege, so I'm kind of got that one in the locker, all ready to go if I want to. We'll have to see how that one plays out. Options are always good.
And you're closing up on release. You're just putting the finishing touches to it now, or have you already sent it for submission?
It releases on the 7th of February, so it's not far away. I think we've got the Gold Master out, so the print version has been printed, but we're still continuing to polish and improve it. So on day one there'll be a release patch with the very latest fixes, which we hope should make it even better than it already is.
So, but I do get the feeling that you're very confident in the product that you're shipping this time, and that you feel that you've done a good job in terms of the quality assurance.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, from our own forum, we know that our fans are anxious, that they'd like a game, with more quality assurance and better polish on release day. So with Crusader Kings 2, from the very beginning, from the design stage through to how we structured the project, through how we worked it, we always thought, how can we improve quality assurance? Let's keep everything that's fun, that makes the game enjoyable, but raise the bar on the quality. And yeah, we're confident that this time we're going to deliver, and the fans will walk away going, yeah, best Paradox release ever.
Sounds great. So in 3 weeks we'll be playing Crusader Kings 2, and we'll be hopefully not getting a lot of dwarfs then.
No, less dwarfs, that's all I can say.
Many were called, few were chosen.